If you feel disconnected from yourself or you want to build a relationship with yourself but you don't know where to start, the best thing you can do is start treating yourself like a child. What does that even mean? Think about a little kid. They're always messing up, goofing around, doing whatever they want. Sometimes they'll make mistakes, right? But they're just a kid. You know that they're just making mistakes, they're just a kid, and you love them anyway. You show a lot of empathy and compassion and a lot of forgiveness to them because you know, like, they're just a kid. They don't know better yet. Talk to yourself in the same way. When you make a mistake, remember that this is your first time living life, that these are the first times that you're experiencing these things, these hardships, these joys, whatever it is. Show yourself that same level of empathy and compassion that you would a child. Because the reality is that so many of us have a really strict inner critic where whenever we make mistakes, we are so hard on ourselves, and then we teach ourselves that it's not safe to take risks, that when we mess up, it's a reflection of our worth, when this is not the case. We're allowed to make mistakes. We're allowed to mess up. We are so human. Show yourself that same level of forgiveness. Also, when we talk to kids, we tend to speak with a different voice. We have a different voice entirely that's a little more sweet, a little more nurturing, a little more loving. How can you talk to yourself like that starting now? How can you talk to that little inner child within you, within all of us, that just needs a little more nurturing and love that they may not have received in a long time or maybe even ever? How can you put your hand on your heart and tell yourself, hey, it's okay, like, I've got you. It's okay. It's okay that you're scared. It's okay that you're worried. It's okay that you're anxious. I've got you. I've got you. I'm here. And how can you kind of be like that parent to that inner child within you, giving them that nurturing love and kindness that we all deserved as kids, but maybe not all of us received? How can you show up and remember that all of us just have this little inner child within us that wants to be loved, that wants to experience life, that wants to try new things, and they just need a little bit of encouragement. So how can you talk to yourself in that sweet, loving voice that you would to any other kid that you would see around you? Another thing we can learn from kids is their willingness to play and just adventure and be curious. As adults, I think we take life a little too seriously. We're caught up in the paying the bills and maintaining like relationships and all of these things that are more serious, and we forget to give ourselves permissions to live fully and experience life the way we were always meant to. When you think about a kid and they're just running around freely in the park, or they want to try this thing or try this thing, you would give them permission to. You'd be like, yeah, let's try it, or like, yeah, that's cool that you're curious about this, let's do it. We give kids so much permission to try new things, to play, to adventure, but we forget to give ourselves that permission and remember that life was never meant to be boring. Life was never meant to be strict. It was always meant to be for the purpose of experiencing more, of learning, of growing, of living to the fullest. And the reality is that so many of us have this inner desire to play and to experience the world, but we have this other side of us that's like, no, you have to do these things first, or no, you have to do this, no, you have to do this. We have these rules in our head where we're limiting ourselves from experiencing and trying new things because we're like, no, this is the way we've always done things, or no, we know this is more productive, or this is a better use of your time. What would it look like to give yourself permission to explore, to maybe try a new restaurant, or maybe take a new route home, or listen to this new artist that you've never experienced before instead of always listening to the same exact songs on the ride home? Whatever it is, what would it look like to give yourself permission to experience novelty, to be curious, to try things that you've never tried before, and then show up with the same forgiveness when something does happen that didn't go the way that you wanted, or you do mess up sometimes, because that will happen. How can you show yourself that same level of forgiveness and kindness and empathy and care that you would to a little child? Because we all have that inner child within us that just wants to be held and seen and loved, and you deserve that love, and you always have.